TGIF. Hope you all have had a wonderful week. I know you are ready for the weekend to begin. So, welcome to the Just Ask Char advice channel. We will be getting started very soon. So get comfortable, get ready, and relax. We sincerely thank you all for your support. This channel is sponsored by you, the subscribers. When you want to hear another perspective for yourself or a friend, then just send an email for advice to JustAskChar@gmail.com. All right, we are ready to get this show started. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. There will always be a perspective or some advice that someone can benefit from and use. Now, here's your host of the show, Char Willie.
Hey, happy weekend, TGIF. What's going on? What's going on, good people? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. You came back. You did. I appreciate it. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Well, middle of July. Can you tell? We're still social distancing, at least most of us are. Um, and all other things that's going on in the world. It's not the usual July that we're used to. I did hear that they were fighting to open up amusement parks. I'm not sure. I would be interested in that, especially if you're yelling and screaming and there's a lot of liquid going on. I don't know how you're going to stay too safe with that. But I have some information for you. I know tomorrow I decided to take off for my birthday, so I'll be hanging out and doing some different things. So what I'll do is share what I would have shared with you tomorrow, and that is about Apple have made a settlement. You guys may have heard they were sued because they were playing around with people's after they how would you say it? With their battery, they would lower the speed. So they were caught doing that, and so they have a class action settlement. And what they're going to do is give everyone $25 per device. So if you are an owner of an iPhone 6, 6 Plus, 6S, 6S Plus, or SE, that's the original, and you ran the 10.2.1 or later before December 21st, 2017, or an owner of an iPhone 7 or 7 Plus device that ran 11.2 again before December 21st, 2017, you can claim $25 per device. So I will put that in the chat room for you, the form, so you can go ahead and fill that out and claim your $25 per device. I'm pretty sure it'll come in handy. It'll probably take around October or so, maybe a little later before you get it, but the whole point of it is if you're eligible, get your money. Go get your money. And other than that, some of the same old going around as far as the stimulus package. There's just talks about it. Maybe another one. Well, it will be another one from the talks of hearing. The question is more so when. So that we do not know. And I think that's pretty much for my intro. Well, I'll mention it now. Tomorrow, again, since I'm not having a stream, I've been invited to a couple of places to have a stream and party in other areas. At 6:30 p.m. Central, we'll be over at Zero's channel, and I'll put that in the chat room for you and under the video. And the other place at 7 p.m. Central, the party moves over to GRSN, and there will be music. And over there's a chat room so we can all interact with each other, make some requests. I'm gonna have some, some type of request, my favorite song, whatever, and it'll be a good time. And I would like for you guys to definitely check it out since me and Ruby have a actual show, and I'll bring her up, and then I will play the actual commercial for you, so you will see where we are. Yes, you can request food. I'm not quite sure how it will work out for you, but you can request food, okay? Not a problem. And let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage.
Classic Ruby, everybody. Classic.
Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now, guys, as we practice, ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shar. Happy birthday to you.
All right, I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, that was cool.
Right, since I won't be seeing you tomorrow, well, at least not on the stream to do it. We had to do a pre-birthday celebration, but I'm very, very excited to be talking to you on the stream today. So close to your birthday. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. I don't know what to expect, and I'm not one for really with surprises. Last
Hmm.
time I got a surprise, I just started crying. So I just
Oh.
really felt the love, and I really was appreciative because I'm usually always the one that's giving, and it's actually
Mhm.
from my heart. And then when someone else gives, it's so surprising sometimes. It really
Right.
is. So um,
Oh.
might shed some tears. Now on zero string, you actually can hear 'em. At least I can mute. But on over on the radio station, I'm just in a chat room, so I
Hmm.
can hide out. Can't
There you
hear me.
go.
Ha ha ha. Yeah,
You send a smile. Meanwhile, you got the tears running down your cheeks and everything. So.
yeah. So it'll be really cool. So
Oh.
I decided to go ahead and play the commercial for everyone. At least they'll be able to know where and how.
All
So,
right.
sounds cool.
Let's do it.
All right. Bring it up for everyone. Let's see. Where are you? There you
It's
are.
really cool, y'all. It's really cool. Wait till you see it. Yay!
Hi, this is Char Willie from the Just Ask Char Advice channel. Join me and Classic Ruby for a new radio segment called Keep the Beat. We broadcast every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from gsrn-radio.net. Just press the icon that is a speaker, press play radio. If you missed the live broadcast, you'll be able to listen to the replays on Mixcloud. Just follow me at JustAskChar Advice Channel on Mixcloud, and you will receive an email once the broadcast is uploaded. We look forward to seeing you soon. And until then, enjoy this show. Peace.
And there you go.
That definitely deserves a round of applause. That is super awesome. Great, great job. Love it. Now y'all know. Now y'all know. If you didn't know, now you know. You know what is it? No, no, I got it wrong. If you don't know, now you know. Got to be in with the music.
Yes, so now you know.
Hmm.
Yes, I may play a little bit later. Depends on where some more people come in a little later, so they can know as well.
Don't worry, I won't get sick of it. That's for sure. You can play it as many times as you want. I will enjoy it every time. So.
All right, cool beans. All right, and well, today we'll be discussing thieves that steal your lunch.
Hmm.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll have some people to join in because I know everyone has had this experience. I just do not believe no one has experienced not having their lunch stolen. Their drink, their snack, their something.
Hmm.
At work, oh come on.
I gotta hear this one. I don't know. I don't think I don't think I'm envisioning this right. So we gotta, we gotta see this. I don't know. I'm seeing like a prison scene, and you got like your cafeteria tray, and then like the big boss walks over and takes your cafeteria tray, and you can't say nothing because he's the big boss. That's it. You don't eat today. I don't think that's what you mean though. So let me hear the story. See
All
what we're
right,
doing.
all right. It's pretty short, and it was in my beginning days. Actually, exactly 1 year ago, this was recorded,
Oh,
July 17th, 2019.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, just it's kind of interesting, huh? Just so happened.
Hmm. It's just out of the blue. 1 year ago. That's so awesome. Okay. Do this anniversary special.
All right, hopefully you guys can hear it.
Today we have a letter from a young man, and let's get right on to it. He writes, "Hey Shar, I work for a mid-sized corporation and make a decent living and comfortable salary but not enough to buy lunch 5 days a week. I take my lunch to work, but someone is stealing it out of the refrigerator that we share with another department. Any suggestions? Okay, thank you so much for your.
Oh, you mean literally? Oh, okay. No, come. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're grown people, but okay. I see. You're snaking it out of the fridge. Okay. See, the reason why I don't know this is because I have so many issues, y'all. I really do. But one of them is like public shared fridges and microwaves. I can't use them. So as a result, I've never had this issue because I would honestly rather starve all day than bring my lunch and put it in a shared fridge. I would never eat the food that went into the shared fridge.
Never ever? Never
No,
ever?
I can't do it. One time, my mom she made me something, brought it to work with her, put it in the shared fridge, and then told me that that's what she did, and I couldn't eat it. I couldn't. I lied. My husband ate the whole thing, and I pretended I ate it, and it was delicious because I know she worked hard on it. But psychologically, I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because the first couple places I worked that had those fridges, they were like gross, right? Things had been
Yeah.
left in there for way too long, and then people put stuff in there that just did not smell right, and it just was never healthy looking. You open the microwave, it smells like something, and there's crusty stuff. It's so I haven't done it, so maybe that's why it didn't jump to my mind right away. But my thing, and this might sound mean, but I don't think it's mean, is I would pack a lunch, right? Something that didn't need to be refrigerated for myself for that day, and I would put something in the fridge that looked good but would make you very sick if you ate it, because the person who takes it is going to eat it and be very sick. Um, Once you find out who goes home sick puking, then you know who ate your stuff, and they're not going to eat your stuff again because they're going to be scared of it. See what I'm saying? That's what I would do. I'm just saying, because you can't say, sure, it's illegal to poison people, but technically, you can say I wasn't poisoning anyone. That was my lunch, right? I need X-Lax, or I can't remember what the stuff is called. There's stuff you can put inside food that makes you throw up right away.
Oh,
You can say, yeah, and so you can say that you need that medically. That's why you mixed it into your food. So it's not like you would get in trouble for poisoning anyone. So that's what I would do, light poison. That's my answer. Final answer.
okay.
Mhm.
Well, I did mention that. I told a gentleman, and it was a guy too. That was the interesting part.
Mhm.
Um, I did mention to the guy that you cannot poison anyone. That is against the law. And you know how it's even if someone was to break into your house and they actually can sue you if something happened to them. That's just crazy, but hey, it is what it is. Um, but I did mention, maybe some hot pepper. Now, it's not against the law. I can spice up my food as much as I want. It just happened to be ghost pepper.
Mm.
And, you're going to get what you're going to get, but you'll be all right. You'll survive. One thing's for certain, I know it's you. Because that's what be uh, my curiosity. I want to know who it is.
Mhm.
I can't help that. I just would want
Exactly.
to know. And then, yeah, you can put a laxative. Yeah, you can. But
Yeah.
again, um,
Right.
I think
Light
I'll go with
poison.
hot first. That's me. I'm going with hot first.
See, but to me, I'm like, you can't. Some people, right? Because like I know, like Jamaicans, for example, right? There's a lot of Jamaicans I know that cook their food so hot that it would make the average person sweat, and then they add hot sauce to the food before they eat it, right? So
Wow.
yeah, right. So that person might just have a high tolerance for pepper. So I'm like, I just don't feel like that's effective enough. That's why I went for light poison, right? Because it's not actually poison. Like you can't put rat poison in it, right? Like that's going
Right.
too far, but something that would guarantee either they're running to the toilet, because one way or the other, right?
Right.
And Epicac. I think it's Epicac is the stuff that makes you throw up, right? So you can say you have a prescription for it, right? Because you probably can get a prescription for some form of X-Lax. And I know you can get a prescription for Epicac too, right? Just have to figure out what you would need it for. If you had the prescription bottle at home, then there you go, you're all covered. But most importantly is you didn't make the food for someone else. So in theory, if you wanted to kill yourself with rat poison at lunch, that's on you. No one should be taking your lunch. It clearly had your name on it. I'm not suggesting rat poison, y'all. I'm really not. I am suggesting the X-laxes because I think the thing is, right, is when it's something that's still naturally occurring in food, I feel like that would take several times of someone experiencing it before they got the picture, which means you would have to waste a week maybe of food. And like you'd have to waste that week and then the next week because they would try again still on Monday. Oh, they probably only do it for a week. So, but I feel like if they ate food 1, maybe 2 days max that made them automatically throw up or run to the toilet all day, they'd stop eating your food. Like it doesn't take us long to learn when something makes us violently ill not to eat it anymore, right? So they might start stealing someone else's lunch, but they probably stop stealing yours. And I mean, it's a lesson that I don't mind doling out to people because, you know, like you said, most people in general either can't afford or would be stupid to afford. And I know that because I did it every year I worked, lunch out every day, you know? So that means you took your money to buy extra food for lunch. You took your time and energy, or maybe your spouse did, in making this lunch specially for you. And then you go to eat it and there's no food. So that means now you're not going to eat for the entire day and you still have to be effective at work or whatever. Or now you're going to spend money that's supposed to be allocated elsewhere.
Exactly.
To eat, which means now you double spent on lunch that day because someone else doesn't want to spend their own money or doesn't want to take that effort to make their own lunch. I think that deserves swift and harsh punishment. I really do.
I agree. Now, they've actually made some anti-theft lunch bags, and I'll share the screen and show you guys that. Now, the only thing with this, in my opinion, if I'm going to put the sandwich in the bag, well, I mean, I know it's not written on there, so someone can actually see it in the fridge and like, oh, I'm not going to get that as an anti-theft lunch bag. I'm not going to grab that. But I'm thinking if it's just a regular bag, you're going to put your name on it or whatever, and you put that fake thing in there, okay, they're still going to take it. That's what I'm thinking. They're still going to take it. So it's gone. They're not going to put it back. So that's one time. Will they see your name the next time looking like, okay, I'm not going to take that? Or will they take it again? I'm not sure how many times. And I always would have to put it in this darn paper bag, and I got to use this fake thing so they can think that's my lunch. And I'm like, and then also now, once they take it, I don't know how far they would go. Will they actually open it up and see that the Ziploc bag is actually has the green stuff painted on the inside as if it's actually the sandwich?
Right.
And they discover that, like, oh, she tried to fool me. I'm going to eat this sandwich. I'm glad, this ain't nothing wrong with it. And then they come back. So I'm thinking, okay, this is nice, but will it really work? It's going to cost me.
Well, I'm guessing that these fridge thieves don't have that long, but I also don't think that they just grab one at random and hope for the best. I do think they shop. To a degree, right? Like, yeah, because I mean, you might have allergies, you might have stuff you don't like in general. So I think what they do is they stick their heads in. I'm just grabbing my lunch, and they quickly go, like, open the bags and quickly go through a bunch of different lunches, and they look for the one that looks most appealing to them quickly. So in that way, I think it's a clever idea, because if someone's doing that, right, they see, oh, it's just a sandwich, and oh, what's that? I don't want to figure it out, right? You don't have a lot of time to examine, and you're not going to take your shot that the one lunch you're going to grab out of the fridge, oh, it might be fake mold, right? Like, you probably would just pass that one on. But I'm guessing that the person who's getting their lunch stolen probably didn't bring a sandwich. Just being real. I mean, if you had the option to eat a sandwich or spaghetti and meatballs, which one would you choose if you were stealing lunches today, right? Like, I'm taking spaghetti. So probably, I don't know.
Yeah, but when it comes down to warming up the food,
Mm-hmm,
more than likely, I'm thinking they won't do that because you have your plastic container.
mm-hmm,
But I'm trying to figure out what's up with that. Why do people do that? And I read a poll stating that men do it more so than women. And I'm
mm-hmm.
like, well, where did you get this poll from? What city, what state? I mean, how did you do this? But regardless, it's bad,
Yep.
woman or man. You're going to take my stuff. And people bring leftovers. And sometimes they have to be refrigerated.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go through all this just to make sure I have a lunch.
Yep.
Now, as you mentioned earlier about bringing something that doesn't need to be refrigerated, that is something I did to save time.
Mm-hmm.
And I had one of those little sacks, and you can add a little ice thing in there, and that'll keep it cool for a little while.
Right.
That's something I would do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I suggested that to the guy as well.
Yep.
And then, now this irritates me, and maybe people didn't think about it. I don't know, because my mom is the one that mentioned it to me when I was younger. So hey, I probably would. I didn't think about it at the time either. But when you have these frozen dinners, I get them. It's a great deal. They're on sale at your grocery store, $10 for 10, so $1 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't beat that. I got it. But don't bring the thing frozen. You
Right.
know, just bake it at home so that way it can cook fully.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Yeah.
then refrigerate it, and then bring it to work, and then all you have to do is warm it up because you're
Mm-hmm.
taking 10 minutes with this frozen, rock hard, solid dinner
Right.
with a
Mm-hmm.
30-minute lunch with a line of people that's trying to warm up their stuff. And I do mean warm up. And
Mm-hmm.
then, but people do that, and I think they just don't think about it, you know. And then if you're standing behind them and you see they turn the dial to 7 minutes, you're like, oh, okay. You start looking at
Mm-hmm.
your cell phone and talking to other coworkers, and then when the thing beeps, you like, all right, it's my turn. And they
Right.
take the fork and they stick it around, like, oh, and then they put another 4 minutes. And you just want to cry. You just want to cry. You're like,
Yep.
that's almost half my lunch.
Mm-hmm.
My lunch is over. Because most people only get 30 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes. But it
Right.
goes so quickly.
Mm-hmm. Really does. And I mean, I think that's the thing though too, right? Like, when I think back to more high school than like I said, work experience, if I did bring lunches to school in general, again, they tended to be things that I was okay eating, like not needing a microwave. um Not necessarily sandwiches, but like, for example, I like cold lasagna. I do. So if I froze, yeah, if I froze, well, especially my mom's spinach lasagna, like spinach lasagnas, I really like kind of like frozen, like these veggie ones. So if I froze it from the night before, right, took it out of the freezer, threw it in my bag, and went to school, like, left around like 6:37 for school. By the time lunchtime rolled around 5 hours later, it was defrosted, and it was cool. It wasn't frozen cold. It wasn't ice cold. It was cool. It was like actually at a decentish temperature. It didn't get to the point where it was warm and now maybe gathering bacteria or whatever, so I could eat it. And so I would do a lot of things like that. And I would suggest people do things like that. Like, really and truly, especially if you're sharing one of those microwaves and fridges with, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like you must be sharing it with a large amount of people. If you can't figure out which one of those people is taking your lunch, it's probably because you're working with 30 people, 40 people on the floor, all sharing the same one little area, right? So it's like, it seems like it might be cost efficient, but also time efficient for you to change your methodology altogether.
Yeah.
And find something different, something that you're okay bringing to work to eat, it's giving you all those nutrients or whatever, but you don't necessarily need a fridge for, and maybe a microwave too, depending on the microwave line situation. We don't know about their workplace, but if you don't need to put it in the fridge, like if you freeze it the night before and take it out normally, it stays pretty damn cold. Even if you don't have one of those ice pack things, if you just throw it into like one of those lunch bags and stuff, it stays pretty damn cool until lunchtime. So, you might be able to do that. And the unfortunate thing is, I mean, but shorter than putting in cameras and surveillance systems to monitor the fridge, I mean, like, how are you going to catch the lunch thief? Maybe it's your boss. Then what?
Okay. That's not going to go over too well.
No, right? I mean,
yeah, but I doubt
what
if
do you
it's
do?
them. They're going to be out. They get that hour and so, and go when they want, come back when they want. So it won't be them. They're going to get the hot lunches.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I remember young guys at work would do stuff like that, but they wouldn't take your whole lunch. They would just take parts of your lunch. So like if you brought in cookies or I don't know something and you put it in the bag and they were hungry, they'd take like half your sandwich or something like that. And it's because like guys are really bad at doing this little nitpicky planning for their lives the way women are. Women will sit there and think about the fact, oh yeah, and I get hungry at 11 and my lunch isn't until 1, so I'm going to need a snack for that. And then we'll think about all these things. Men don't necessarily, they're not good at breaking down their days that way. And the younger they are, the worse they are at it because they don't have as much experience. So I find that it's normally like these young guys that will sit there and they'll go shopping through a fridge and whatever, or snatch something off of someone's desks or whatever really quick because they just didn't plan for their own lunch properly, right? So they're hungry. It's like,
and you know what? I bet you they feel that nothing happened. They're innocent. They'll just probably grab it, and then once you address it, they'll go, "Oh, that was yours. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just replace it, and that's
right.
it." But you want to hold up. Wait a minute. That was mine. You took it. You had no right. Why did you do that? It was for me. You had no right. And they like, oh, my bad. Okay, I'll just replace it.
Yeah.
And they want to move on.
Yeah, because they're already over it. See, this is why I think it's young people though, because I think about it like this, right? So my mom, and honestly, in all fairness, I'm gonna say that she only let me know how much it upset her a few times ever in life. She told me later on in life how much it really upset her. But if my mom put food inside the fridge, it's fair game. So that means if she went out for some big lunch with people, but she was, mostly full, she brought most of it home and she put that to go container into the fridge, I assumed it was for me. I'm being real, right? I assumed I had free choice of anything in the fridge at all times. I never asked. I would just eat things because it was there. Right. And she would say, though, like, I planned on bringing that for lunch the next day. And then I went to go grab my little lunch from the fridge and it's not there anymore. I'm like, I don't know. It was in a bag in the fridge and I was hungry, right? So, it's that young mentality that, well, it's there and, I have access to it. So it must be for me. Oh, it wasn't? Oh, okay, cool. How much was it? Okay, I'll get you back next payday. Like, you don't really care yet so much about how everyone else feels, right? Like, you mostly care about how you feel in that moment and what you need in the moment. And that's all there is to it. Like, that's just what it is. So like, listen, this guy, what he needs to do is go find the youngest 3 guys at his workplace on this floor. Okay. Or maybe a different floor, because, you know, if he's smart, he's going to go shopping on a different person's floor. Right. But you go find the youngest 3 guys and line them up. Trust me. At least 1 out of the 3 of those guys is the guy you're looking for. Right. You just need to sit him down. You know, young man, listen, I understand. I had this problem too before I had a wife to feed me. But you can't take people's food. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we just need
Wow.
some guidance for our youngins.
I know there was sometimes, depends on, you know, if they were cool coworkers, I would bring certain things for them. So I'm wondering if because I fed them a little bit, that's why they never touched my stuff. I think that's what it was. It might be. I don't know. Yeah, I used to get to know what, you know, a person like, and hey, I'm the coupon queen, so hey, I'm like, hey, I'm looking for those coupons. I can get a deal, half off, whatever it is, and then sometime I'll just think I'm a coworker, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and you know, get you something. So,
Right.
so that might be why they never touched everything.
Look, it could be. I mean,
They spared me.
yeah, right. Well, some people are just like, honestly, they kind of make themselves targets. Like, again, not to be a jerk about it, but like, some people are really nice to their coworkers and pleasant and kind and acknowledging, and they remember your name, and they're not dismissive or arrogant of their positions and so on, right? And some people are not. And the people that are more arrogant or less friendly, you know, just less kind people tend to be targets. Like, you see that, oh, that jerk, I don't care about him, right? So I mean, it does count a little. Just a little bit of, like, you know, manners and just, like, you know, pleasantness can go a long way.
Okay, because I really can't recall of a time that I had, you know, those type of issues. Other people, yes, but I was just thinking, as far as with myself, I really can't say. I just had the issue with that long line at the microwave. That's what I had dealt with. But now, in the last place I was working, people used to steal from the open vending machine, and they would actually lose their jobs for that.
How do
It's
you?
little, I know, it's actually an open vending machine. It's not locked. All you do, you pick the item that you want, and you scan it, and it goes against your account.
Okay.
But people, for whatever reason, they would steal. And the cameras, I couldn't tell you where the cameras are, but they were caught every time. And they actually lost their jobs. Not a warning, but they actually lost their jobs.
Yeah. Well, they're stealing from the company and showing they have no honor or integrity. I mean, company might not care if you do that against other people, but they definitely care if you do it to them, right?
Exactly. So I'm like, you're taking Oreos, little bags of chips, and those are little bags of chips. They used to be a quarter. I haven't really been into those, you know, those side stores in a while.
Right.
But they used to be a quarter. I think someone mentioned that they're 50 cents or 75 cents. I haven't seen them. In fact, when I go back to the grocery store, I'm going to look for them because I have not seen them in a while. But they're the small bag. I think maybe like 1 ounce, snack bag,
Right.
1.5 ounce, and you know, people are stealing those. I'm not sure about the drinks. I haven't heard about the drinks, but the cookies and chips is what got people fired.
Well, see, that's the problem, is that even though people logically know, well, if other people have gotten fired for it, then they must have some way of accounting for it. So there must be some type of camera or surveillance or whatever, right? Some people literally think either A, they can cheat the system, so they think they figured out what the secret camera is, so they think that they've got this down. If they walk a certain way and snatch from, you know, their pinky finger and their ring finger on their left hand as they do this, and no one's going to notice the bag's gone, right? Like, that's the first, you know, this whole need to try to, you know, cheat the system, get away with it. But what we noticed too is that honestly, people don't really have integrity when they're not actively being watched. Like they did this whole entire experiment, and they've done this several times. We always get the same result. So they did this experiment where they had, I think it was money. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a giant bowl or whatever of it saying, you can take this. It's not even saying don't take it, don't touch it. It's saying you can take it. But on the back of the wall behind this bowl were two giant eyes, right? And so because the eyes were watching them, they were less likely to take anything. Even though it says, please take one, right? Because they felt watched. So, you can see these are fake eyes. They're not real. They're not attached to a human. They're painted on a wall very obviously. And there's an invite, please take this. You can take it. It's for free. You're allowed to. And even given that, people would not take anything. But if you set it up the opposite way, there were no eyes anywhere, whether it said, please take it or do not touch this, people were a lot more likely to take it because they didn't feel watched, right? They thought oh, I'm getting away with something. No one can see me. Well, then I can act however I want because no one can see me. Who cares about the sign or not? I don't have to care about social rules that dictate whether it's proper for me to take this or, what it says about me if I take this or not. I don't have to think about that if no one can see me. And so like those eyes are literally like, whether they're real or imagined, right? Having eyes on you really changes your behavior. So like, I mean, and yes, obviously it's not good to steal from your company, but if the company wants to keep the honor code, alive and well, paint some eyes on the wall. Like seriously, just paint some eyes on the wall. It will honestly change the way people behave. And they're going to be the ones who want to let their integrity slip here and there because now there's not a coworker around. They're a lot less likely to turn around to do it. I know it's weird. It's really funny to see it though, because people will look at the bowl of free money, then look at the wall with the giant eyes, and then look at the bowl of free money, and then look at the wall with the giant eyes, and they're like looking back and forth at the fake eyes, right? Like, and then they'll just back away too, like someone's watching them, right? It's so funny to see how we react to these things. But I think that's the thing, right? Like if we put eyes on the freezer door before you open the fridge, we put eyes, not even an actual camera, just eyes, just painted them on somewhere, people would act differently because they feel like someone's watching them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that though. The message, the brain gets a message. Eyes watching. That's what it's telling you, and
Exactly.
it's just in your conscience. It's just there. So I get that. That's
Exactly.
that is so funny.
Right?
Now, for me, I didn't care who was watching. And this is just me, my style. Every time there was some type of office party, and they would order pizza and stuff. A lot of the pizza I can't eat. It just makes me sick. Yellow cheese, I just don't do well with it. So they would order from this place that has this cheap yellow cheese, and they would get salad too. And the bowl of salad goes untouched. Nobody touched it. I think you get maybe like three, and they got about maybe 20 pizzas. So one of those bowls go home with me because they'll tell you, they say, oh, you can take what you want. And I'm like, it's no sense me getting a plate and putting salad on it when this entire bowl still has the saran wrap on it. No one has touched it. No one's gonna want it. It's gonna go in the garbage, and it's mine. And when people see me with that large container, they get confused. Like, she's stealing that bowl. No, it's for anyone. I waited, you didn't want it, so I do. And that's it. And I had salad for a good week. A good week. And I couldn't wait. I would just love it. I'm like, oh, no one's gonna get that salad. It's going home with me.
And I just think that's hilarious though. All the people muttering behind your back. Did you see Char? She stole salad, right? Like,
yeah, they really be why they be confused. And I'm one too. If they offer what is that? containers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those definitely going home with me.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
all picnic packs, all napkins. Oh, I'm queen napkin. I am queen. Oh, you don't want, oh, thank you.
Right. You're giving them away. So I would like some. Thank you. Well, see, that's the thing though. You know, it's funny if someone took a box, right, with pizza in it, because there was still a couple boxes of pizza left, so they took a box. No one would be like, "Oh, he's stealing the pizza," right? Like no one would think that. Like it's almost like the salad is untouchable. And I honestly think that, like, if you go to like a pizza party, like one of those specific
Yeah,
things, it's like a bunch of pizzas and then salad. No one eats the salad. Like the salad is the untouchable thing. So it's
yeah.
like it seems like it's in a different class than the pizza is for some reason. It's just weird because you're mad Shar is going to steal a salad, but do you want some salad? No.
No,
So then
not at
why do
all.
you even care what's happening with the salad? Like why does it matter?
And they're probably confused because I don't take the dressing. There's always three containers of dressing: ranch, Italian, and I don't know what the third one is. And it's always three.
Mm.
And I never touch that. I'm like, I don't want any of that. I have my own dressing at home. I just
Oh.
give me the bowl of salad, and that's it. And I'm telling they be confused. And then I always have bags. So I'm ready because you never know when they're gonna have a party.
Mhm.
I'm ready. I got my containers, I got my bags. Um, and
Mhm.
then sometimes I have, if I'm not ready, uh, I have to get creative. So I'll take the cups they have with the lids and fill it up and do several of them and put them in a bag and take it home. So,
Nice.
so whichever way, I'm straight. Whatever you got, oh, you got that? Oh, bring it right on over here. I got it. Oh, thank you.
That reminds me of my grandmother. My grandmother, I don't know, man. I don't know where she got all of those bags. And my grandmother, though, she just knew. Anytime we left anywhere, that woman left with like a buffet for like 10 people in her purse. Like it was always this giant, massive purse. And she'd be like, "Oh, Ruby, come here. Do you have room in your purse? Here, come, take this." And then she would put this giant thing of like chicken wings in my purse. And I'm like, where'd you get all them wings from? They said take as many as you wanted. This is how many I wanted.
Right. Yeah, but I think they're ashamed because they want to, they're just not bold enough to do it.
Mhm.
I think that's what it is. I don't have the shame. You
Right.
have a 5-pound bag of salad that you
Mhm.
do not want, and you said anyone can have it. There's 15 people. I'm looking at everybody. Time is ticking. Getting close to going home. You have not touched it. Now it's mine,
Mhm.
and it goes with me.
Right.
No shame. No shame. Sorry.
It's actually smart too because it's like honestly probably the most hygienic thing on the table at this point because no one's opened it and breathed on it, right? So like you get the cleanest thing on the whole table and you took it home with you. That is smart thinking. And I've never even thought to touch those salads. I'm being real. I like salad. It never occurred to me ever in my life to eat the salad ever.
Mm,
Like I can't
wow.
even think.
I don't play when come down romaine lettuce. Oh, bring it right on here. Bring it right here.
Mhm.
Greetings, greetings. We have someone on the panel, and this is
Hi.
Zero,
Hey,
everyone.
Hey
Welcome.
hey,
Zero.
hey, Shar, hey, Ruby. See what I told y'all? Shar and Shame don't know each other.
Hmm. Very true. Very true.
I
I'm too
told you.
broke. I am too broke to be shamed. You
Hmm.
can't be broke and shame at the same time. No.
Boy.
Where they do that at? Mm-mm.
Oh man, yeah, I was like hearing all these stories. Like got me thinking about my other job. Like I remember, like every time they had like food that they have get away, and like wasn't nobody really gonna get it. Then like I can't believe you took that or something like that, or if they do have some, they have some take it. It'll always be like, the palm color people that always go and take up most of it. I be trying to be, getting a little bit, trying to be, like, okay, make sure everybody else gets some. And they take a whole bunch of stuff. But if I do the same thing, they try to make a big deal about it. I'm like, hold up, how you gonna get mad at me for doing the same thing that y'all were gonna do? You just mad I did it first.
That's probably right. That's
That yeah.
probably right. Oh, how
Yeah.
dare you?
But I remember one time, like, they had, I think it was like they had like this cake, and like I guess like they had cut pieces out of it, and the customer didn't want the rest of the cake, so they were going sharing it with the staff. And this one chick just came there. She got her cake, and she got her piece of cake. No, she got a piece of cake. She was like eating with it, and then used the fork to cut another piece of cake. I was
Wow.
like, why would you do that? And he's talking about, I can do it if I want to.
Wow.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't want that cake no more. I said, really? You thought that sounded great, I mean, I can see, I can see if it was your cake, and you were just going to eat it, but it wasn't for you. It wasn't for you, but she do what you want to, that thing
Yeah.
called white privilege. Yeah,
Well,
Wow.
some people just have no broad upsy also.
yeah,
So
that too. Yeah, that too. Yeah, I was
so
like,
Zero,
yeah,
I have a theory that
okay,
primarily when we're coming to this idea though of lunches,
yeah.
packed lunches being stolen, that it's normally like the young men who are doing it because they're just not good at planning their lives when it comes to nitty gritty of I need to eat and I need snacks and blah blah blah. So I'm gonna ask a question now. So I'm gonna assume obviously that you never were one of those young lunch thieves, but
Nah, not really.
did you know any people, anyone who actually were one of the thieves? Because I'm trying to figure out here.
Um,
We think it's young men, but
I mean, if it was like, I don't. I mean, I would have ever seen it, but if it was, I didn't know.
oh, okay. So you never heard anyone, man or woman. See, we have to figure this out. We need to find someone who knows one of these lunch thieves, right? Because I'm trying to figure out, like, is it young men? Is it young women? Like, what are these people thinking when they think they could just go into a fridge and pirate someone else's lunch? Like, oh, you didn't need your lunch today.
Oh no! If I knew somebody like that out here, believe me, I would be standing further away from. I'd be watching them like a hawk.
True, true, true.
I'd be like, yeah. If I bring something, and then you already taking other people's lunches, I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at you sideways.
Did you ever get your lunch stolen? Is that why we got? I
No,
hear a little
no,
edge.
no, no. I never have. But I'll say it like if it had, I know how I would react.
Mm. True, true, true. Okay, I just
Yeah.
want to double check because I think it would be really good for us to figure it out, right? I mean, it might be an unfair judgment. Maybe it's women over the age of 50. We don't know. I just made an assumption,
Yeah.
probably a true
Yeah.
one, but still,
Yeah, but if I did have lunch that kept getting stolen over again, I know did it. Oh yeah. I would definitely be spiking the food. Like, all right, you come steal today. I dare you.
hmm
And then like I probably put like a laxative in it or something. And whoever's running to the bathroom all the time, I know who took it.
See, there.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, the laxative or Epicac is the way to go, right? Someone who's got to run to the bathroom 15 times today, you know for sure who it is. There you go. You just walk by their desk and go, whoever stole my lunch, I mean, if only I could figure out who it is so I could give them the antidote, right? You just say something like that as you're walking by the person's desk, right?
I would probably do something. And matter of fact, I'd be like, yeah, yeah, okay, the antidote. I left it at home. Dang.
But
Yeah, I don't love it.
I'll call you about it. But yeah, no, because
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You got this person suffering, be like, oh, too bad I don't know who it is so they could get the antidote. Otherwise, it's never going to end. They're going to go to the bathroom over and over and over again until it sends them to the hospiel. Right? You just say something like that as you're walking by, pretend you're on your phone, right? Because then the extra motivation just to save themselves. It was me. Okay, it was me. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, right? But yeah, the antidote is time. Right? Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry, brother. Or sister. Or sister.
Or is that sorry wasn't good enough or something like that? Yeah. I mean, I never got that because I mean, you know, I know I've been hungry, but I ain't never been hungry enough to take somebody's lunch.
I
I
don't
say
know.
ghost pepper. I'm giving them something hot. That's what I'm giving them.
See, I could eat the ghost pepper though. That's why I mean, I was just putting myself into the situation. I obviously have never been a lunch thief because I actually do have way too much pride. Like, I am one of those people who are too proud to like do certain things because the way people would look at me, blah blah. Even if I'm starving to death, right? It's terrible. So I would do, but I'm like, I could probably handle a ghost pepper. You know, I've actually I had a container of ghost pepper and I used to bring it with me everywhere and put it on everything from the time
Wow.
my friend's dad used to grow them and he would make it like fresh. So it was so good to me. So I put a little bit on everything and mix it in, right? So it was so good. And then one time I was out drinking with some friends and it opened in the bottom of my bag, but I forgot it was in there. And so,
Oh,
you know, and it's dark, right? Because we're like standing on the patio and whatever. And so I'm like, oh, what is this? And I just washed my hands and whatever. And then I touched my face. And
oh,
yeah, and
Ooh.
my hands, my face, my eyes, everything is swollen shut and like raised and red. And you know, I'm screaming and crying, trying to get it off, right? And can't get off. We get back to my house and wake up my mom, right? With me and my little drunk self going, help me, because we can't end the pain. Because even though you wash it off, it's like it burrowed into my pores, right? So it was
Yeah.
it was really rough. It was really rough, I gotta say. So I mean,
Please.
yes, maybe too much ghost pepper, you know, it would be
Yeah.
terrible, would be a terrible thing. Because I remember what that I still remember the feeling to this day. I wouldn't touch my face or put my hands anywhere near my face for like well over a month because it's like it sunk into my skin and stayed there. So like I could still taste it on my fingernails and stuff. Like it was really weird. It's impossible to wash off.
mm.
Yeah. You like from what I heard about like as far as like peppers that like really spicy. It's like the spicing is supposed to be a defense mechanism against predators. So you know, so some animal wanted to eat a ghost pepper, they would surely regret
Hmm. Oh yeah, that's for
it.
sure.
Be like, I ain't eating that no more.
Yeah,
That
there's a,
is.
actual show where they sit there and go level by level, eating hot stuff, wings. I forgot the name of the show. I ran across it in YouTube. Different celebrities they go and um, they just talk about their lives or whatever, and they try to they eat the wings, and you're supposed to get to the finish line. A lot of people not able to do it. They just like they get to maybe level 4, they don't get to 10. They're like, I'm out.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why people do that to themselves, right? Because I mean, like, okay, for me, Scotch bonnet peppers are like I guess that the equivalent as far as heat is habaneros. They taste different, but their Scoville scale rating is the same. So for me, a Scotch bonnet is like nothing, right? Like that's just it's like a flavor, like onion or garlic to me. In fact, food. There was a long time in my life where I couldn't taste the other flavors in something you cook unless you put pepper on it, right? Because like that's how much pepper was part of flavor to me. Um, so I will put pepper on absolutely everything. But then there are peppers that are a lot hotter. Like I said, with the ghost pepper, right? And so you put like a couple drops of that in your food, right? And it gives that extra like kick that's crazy. But like I wouldn't smear the whole thing with that pepper. And then, my mouth feels like it's bleeding. I can't even breathe. Like, why would you want to do
Right.
that to yourself? Like, I don't understand why you would want to eat something that is way above your comfort level to prove what? Like, and then go through that. Because it's not like it's a one and done thing. You keep feeling that feeling of fire, right? Like for a really long time. It doesn't go away. It's burning your throat, your whole esophagus. It's burning your stomach. It burns as it goes through your intestines for days. Like
And
it just
while
keeps burning, right?
and while, and while that's happening, you hear like Johnny Cash song, I fell into a burning ring of fire, and it burns, burns, burns.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. Right? Like I don't know, man. I don't, but then again, it's kind of like that show Naked and Afraid. Like people just like to do things, I think, because they're bored, and like the way that society is
Yeah,
set up, there's not enough, I guess, chances to prove yourself as a man in, more rugged and animalistic ways. So they do this kind of stuff instead. Because like you don't see women on those shows. Oh, women competing to see, how many hot peppers they can eat in a minute. And oh, if they can bite into a ghost pepper and chew it and hold it in their mouth for a minute. Like, you don't really see women do that. It's normally men. Like, I'm
yeah.
just saying.
Yeah. No, thank you. That is not pleasurable. No, thank you. If
I
Right.
mean,
that's
I mean,
maybe
I
life
mean,
or death, then yeah. But other than that, no.
Exactly.
I can only see one of those scenarios that she's like a woman that doesn't like being told what she can't do. Be like, yeah, there's no way a woman can eat that. It's like, I'll prove I can eat all this ghost pepper. Just one that just had like this ridiculous amount of pride. It's like why? You be looking at it, why? At all the time, this is like one time you should let it go. But
No, like maybe when they're kids. Like I mean, when I was a kid, I was down to prove anything, right? But I all of my influences were mostly male, right? Because I was such a little tomboy. So, and with that being said, though, normally I could handle things. When I was trying to prove something, I kind of already knew I could handle it, right? So other people didn't think I could, and normally it was because they looked at me, oh, she's a girl, so, and that irritated me even more, right? Like if it wasn't, oh, she's just a girl, that's why she can't do it. Oh yeah, no, I'm going to prove I can do it. But then, like, puberty hit, and so did common sense, right? So, like, there's only so much I'm willing to prove here. Like, is it possible for anyone to bite into one of these peppers and live? Absolutely. Could I tolerate it? Well, I would have no choice, just like anyone who does it
Right.
has no choice. But
yeah.
what does that prove? Like, I don't want to go through the suffering. Why do I want to do that to myself? I love me, okay? Like, no, thank
Yeah,
you. Oh, God.
I know you wouldn't want to do it, but it's like the saying goes, common sense ain't common. So, and I mean, have you seen like some adults nowadays act like children? So they might be somebody who might actually do that.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes,
So,
I'll be,
honestly, nothing
I,
surprises me anymore.
I'll be like, okay, all right. And somebody's gonna have it on tape. There's always somebody that's gonna be recording. So
Oh, yeah. That is for sure, too. Yep.
be on the internet forever, like your mouth burning.
No, thank you. I
Again,
pass.
right?
all
Again,
the
no, thank
yelling, like you run all over the place. You probably looking for. You try to drink all the water you can, which water just makes it worse. But
Yeah. What does water make it worse? I wonder.
uh, uh, I'm trying to remember what they said about. It. I think water just kind of spreads the flavor around. They say like you eat something hot, you're supposed to drink milk because milk has a enzyme there that cools the mouth down.
I don't know. All I know is that milk thing. I personally think that the milk thing is like you should drink milk first before you're gonna do anything like this. In
Yeah,
my experience, at least, drinking milk just seemed to coat hot things onto my tongue and make it burn hotter longer that was my experience with the milk thing when I was a kid. So I personally wouldn't suggest that as a solution, just because, I mean, you hear people say, oh, drink milk, but I'm like, the one time I tried doing that, if anything, it burned hot, like really, really hot. It's like the milk sealed it in right against my tongue, right against the roof of my mouth, extra, right? Like, so that I had to go rinse the milk out of my mouth to then start making the feeling go away. So I don't know. I think I might be like one of those old wives' tales. Maybe there is some enzyme in milk that say maybe breaks down, because there's acid in milk, right? There's lactic acid, so maybe there's that. But I'm gonna say that the additional factors of milk, like the fact that it makes a coating and whatnot, I think it would be better for you to drink milk first, let your mouth and tongue and everything get coated by the milk, and then when you eat the pepper, not only will it feel less hot because you've got the coating on, but then it'll get broken down quicker too. That's what I think is really what you're supposed to do.
Okay, yeah, it might work beating peppers. I mean, cause I remember hearing like scientists talk about it. That's how like I knew about it. But yeah, probably something that high. Your method probably would be would sound like the best route, cause.
I mean, like I said, I could be wrong. I just,
I'm not trying to find out. I'll tell you that.
Right.
But that is a great idea.
Right?
It sounds like a great idea. It sounds like a good idea.
Well, I am going to play the commercial again so everyone would know one more again what's going on and where you can find me tomorrow at 7. I put in the chat room. You can find me at Zero's channel at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow Central, and then over on GSRN at 7 p.m. Central, and gonna have a little birthday bash. So,
yay!
Yeah, birthday bash / game night.
All right, so let me play the commercial, and we'll roll on out of here.
All right.
Hi, this is Char Willie from the JustAskChar Advice Channel. Join me and Classic Ruby for a new radio segment called Keep the Beat. We broadcast every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from gsrn-radio.net. Just press the icon that is a speaker, press play radio. If you missed the live broadcast, you'll be able to listen to the replays on Mixcloud. Just follow me at JustAskChar Advice Channel on Mixcloud, and you will receive an email once the broadcast is uploaded. We look forward to seeing you soon, and until then, enjoy this show. Peace.
All right, so
still
join us, people. It's a love time. Yeah, it's a great segment. It was something that I was going to do solo, and this was a great idea. Have someone to join me, and I'm having fun. I must say, having fun.
It's definitely a great time. I really enjoy it too. It's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, I want to say it's maybe article reaction on steroids, maybe. I don't know. It's similar in, well, at times it's on steroids. I'll just put it that way. So you're just going to have to come by and check it out every Wednesday. And also you can follow me on Mixcloud, and you'll get the email for the uploads in case you miss it live. But there's a chat room, and you can interact with us. So it's just like, here, it's just radio instead of the visual when it comes down to YouTube.
Exactly. And you get like the musical interludes where, and I mean, honestly, I gotta say, it probably one of my funnest parts of this is the fact that like I'm remembering songs that I love that I haven't heard in forever. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that. Man, I have so many stories about the song. Okay, that's going on the list, but it's like I haven't heard that song in forever. No one plays that song anymore. And then you can see in the chat room, right? Like almost every song that we choose, people are like, oh my God, I love that song. Oh my God, I remember this song, right? Like it's like this thing where, it's like this musical journey you're going through every day too, where it's like, sure, we're talking about it, but you're going to remember stuff too. So I think it's a really cool experience for everyone. It's really enjoyable. I love it. Love it.
Yes, so I hope to see you. Because I suggest, if you can tomorrow, come on by, and so you can get used to the chat room, and
Mm-hmm.
you can. It's easier to get in on your computer, but you can do it also on your phone. It's just more people have more questions a lot of times when it comes down to the phone. But do come on by, and if you can't make it, that's fine. But do try to show up Wednesday for the show. We'll definitely be looking for you guys. And when you sign on, the chat room will give you a name, and
Mm-hmm.
then you can change the name. So you come in there, you may be friendly chatter, but you can actually change your name to DeAndre Emmanuel Dantes or whatever you want to change it to. And
Mm-hmm.
just let us know that you're there, and we will, greet you.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, it's like one big happy family over there. Like, I had people who don't know any of us come in, and they like literally said that, like, I don't know, I feel so welcome here. It's so much fun. It's a really good experience. Like, it's a good atmosphere over there. So, come through, check it out. It's a lot. Like, I'll say the full 3 hours. Like, you got two completely kind of different angles we're coming at, in the world, you and music, and then you and me. It's such a great 3 hours. It really is. Every week, it's always something new and different, but like totally awesome.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I really hope to see you guys there, and uh, I look forward to seeing you. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I will enjoy my birthday. Got a couple of things lined up besides this, just on YouTube as well as radio station. Still got to practice social distancing, but gonna have a little fun. Got my bottle of champagne ready, and it's gonna be
Nice.
cold.
Okay. All right.
I hear me
All right.
pop it. I may open it right live on
Nice.
air. Cool.
Nice. Get that
Yeah,
party
big pop.
started.
All right.
Woo, woo. That's right. So thank you all for coming, and thank you for contributing to the channel. I appreciate it. Hope to see you tomorrow, and if not, see you next week. And until then, peace.
All right. Cheers,
All
y'all.
right. All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night.